right, here's my home run parlay of the week. If you want to see me where I picked every game, every spread for every game, I have another video for that one. But in this one, I just have my best picks for my home run parlay. So this one, generally, it's you just throw $5 at it. It's something crazy. This one, it's 5,000 odds. So it's one of those that you don't really expect to hit, but it's worth putting it in there. I think I got some really good picks on this one. It's definitely worth a listen to. Some of them you can leave out, but if you want to ride with me, I think we got a good one going this week. So we'll start with the Bucks Falcons. The first game, we have the Buccaneers over the Falcons. I think Mike Evans coming back. That's a real easy one. They're going to get right. They just haven't been the same ever since he got hurt. Baker hasn't been the same. They've been on a bit of a losing streak. And the Falcons have been really bad recently, so I think this is going to be their get right with Mike Evans back. And then the next game, we got the Jaguars 6.5 over the Jets. We just don't know who the Jets are playing. This is an alternate spread, by the way. This is less than what they actually have for the odds book. We don't even know who the quarterback is going to be for the Jets. And then the Jags, they have been on a bit of a heater. Their defense can really cause some turnovers and some havoc for that Jets offense. It's just not been good. And Trevor Lawrence has been pretty solid as of late. So I think that's an easy one for them to win. Just to boost the odds a little bit, I think they'll win by a touchdown and an extra point. So I got them at 6.5. And then I have the Texans, Cardinals. I just have the Texans money line in this one. I think that the Cardinals are more than capable of covering. They're still competitive. They're still out there fighting. Their offense isn't too bad. And then the Texans offense, they've gotten it together as of recently. I just don't trust them too much to be able to cover that huge 9.5 spread. I can easily see the Cardinals being able to cover that one. So we're just going to go with the Texans money line on that one. And then we have Bills Patriots. I'm choosing the Bills in this one. I think that this is the Patriots are just due for a loss. They've won like 9 in a row. And this Bills team, Josh Allen has been heating up a little bit. They're really fighting for their division. I mean, you really just can't get swept by the Patriots. What does that say for the future of your franchise in that division? I mean, are you really going to let yourself be overtaken by the Patriots after this dominance over the last 5 years? So I'm going to go with the Bills on that one. It's just due for the Patriots to loss. Then in the Bengals-Ravens game, I actually think the Bengals are going to win, but I don't feel confident enough to pick them. They are still a 4-8 team or whatever they are. So I'm going to take the Bengals to cover plus 7.5. That's actually larger than the actual line. I think that they can absolutely lose by a touchdown or less. The Ravens offense has not been too stellar. And you can still get this for minus 330, which is still pretty solid odds. So them to lose by just a touchdown and an extra point, that's pretty easy. Their offense has been pretty stellar. They almost upset the Bills. They should have before Joe Burrow kind of went nuclear. So going to take the Bengals plus 7.5. Then I'm going to take the spread, the Giants 2.5 over the Commanders. I just think the Commanders, they just have completely lost the will to live. Got absolutely murdered by the Vikings, and they just look bad offensively, defensively. They rush Jaden Daniels back, and then he gets hurt. So I think the Commanders just have nothing to play for. They had such high expectations, and then Jackson Dart has really brought some optimism to the Giants. So they're playing much better than their record shows. They have the number 1 overall pick right now. So I'm going to take the Giants to win by 2.5. I could easily see them winning big. Commanders have just been really bad as of late. And then we got Bears, Browns. I'm just going to take the Bears money line on this one. It's kind of hard to know what to do with Shador. They lost to the Titans last week, but he played great. It's kind of crazy they even lost with that kind of play, considering that defense. But they're going to be in Chicago. The weather's only supposed to be 7 degrees, and it's the Windy City for a reason. Caleb Williams really has the arm strength to be able to cut through that wind, and that was one of the knocks on Shador on his draft stock was his level of arm strength that he has. So I'm going to say that the Bears are going to win this one. Don't feel comfortable enough to pick the spread, so I'm just going to take the money line on this one. 420 is still pretty solid. And then I have 49ers money line. That's another one. Titans just beat the Browns. They're on a bit of a heater. Brock Purdy hasn't been playing too great as of late. I definitely could have manipulated the line a little bit. I could see them winning by a field goal easy. That'd be a little bit better odds. But I just took the money line just to be safe. I still think that they can win this game, no problem. I just can't see them covering that huge spread, especially now that the Titans are starting to get a little bit together. Cam Ward is starting to learn and understand what it takes to be an NFL quarterback. So I'm not going to take the spread on that one, but I'll take the Niners money line just to throw it in there. And then I have Seahawks minus 6.5 over the Colts. You got Phillip Rivers coming back. There is absolutely no idea what to expect from that. 44 years old, 5 years out of the league. Awesome to see. I love those that era of QBs. So it's awesome to see him make this run. I really hope he does great. The -6.5 is actually less than what they have. I think it's 13.5 is what the original line is. So 6.5 touchdown and extra point. They can easily do that. They're at home. They got the Big 12, 12-man, whatever their stadium thing is. So I think the Seahawks is an easy win, but I do think that the Colts are not going to be as bad as people are expecting them with Phillip Rivers. They just have so much talent on that team. So I'm only going to take the 6.5. I'm not going to take the 13.5. That's the normal spread. And then I'm going to take Cowboys money line over the Vikings. The Vikings just won 30-0. This might be one that kind of scares some people, but I have no faith in 9. J.J. McCarthy. I think that they're still not a very good team. They just happen to play the Commanders, who are, as of right now, playing like they're the worst team in the league. So I'm going to take the Cowboys to win that one. I could see them winning pretty convincingly in that. But we're just going to take the money line to be safe. -290 is still some pretty solid odds. And then we're going to finish it with the Steelers and Dolphins. Actually, we still have the Eagles pick. But we have the Steelers over the Dolphins. I think these teams are both actually about the same caliber of team. The Dolphins have really picked it together ever since their terrible start. Tua's brain doesn't seem to be jelly anymore, so I think he's really started to play more to his standard, but it's just the fact that it's in Pittsburgh. Miami, for whatever reason, every time they go in the cold, they just can't play well. But I do not feel comfortable enough picking the spread just because the Dolphins are about the same caliber of team as the Steelers, which is funny to say considering the Steelers are competing for their division to win. But yeah, I'm going to take just the Steelers money line. Not going to be too cute with the spread or anything. I can still see that one being a competitive game. And then the last game is going to be the Eagles and Raiders. I have the Eagles winning, but I have the Raiders at +21.5. You get pretty good odds for +21.5. The Eagles' offense has been terrible. This is definitely a get-right game for the Eagles. I think that there's no problem that they're going to win. But to win by over 3 scores, over 21, is just... I just don't see their offense having that caliber of explosion or dominance or anything like that, especially after the last game. 5 turnovers for Jalen Hurts. Saquon hasn't really done much this year. A.J. Brown's been noisy and ruining the whole vibe for the team. So I'm going to take the Raiders +21.5 and the Eagles money line. Get some pretty good odds. And then on this one, it's a nice little $10 to win $500. Get a nice little profit boost added to that. It's going to be juicy. But that's my home run pick of the week. And again, I have all the games picked. If you want to see that one, I picked them all by the spreads. Who's going to win, who I think will win, and who I think will cover, because some of those do vary. I think there's going to be some covers, but they don't win. And I have that other video uploaded as well. You can go and check out. But thanks, guys. I hope somebody rides with me, because I think this is going to be a good one. I got a good feeling about this ticket right here. So we're looking forward to this. Super excited to see Phillip Rivers, see how he does. Being 44, really the thing is not playing for 5 years, but being the 3rd oldest quarterback ever to do it, it's gonna be interesting. So we're gonna see about that one, but it's gonna be a good week. They got some great games, so I look forward to it. And if you made it this far, I'd appreciate a like, comment, disagree with me, argue with me. I'm all cool with that. And then don't forget to subscribe if you like this. I got more college football, NFL picks, and then I got some random crud on there too you can watch. But thanks, guys.